Hello students, how are you? Now, our today's topic we have to continue the error analysis, and I have earlier discussed with you the combination of error, in which the combination of sum of error and difference of error I already discussed with all of you. Now today I am going to discuss error of a product and error of a quotient. Okay, now here error of a product. Now suppose Z is equal to A into B. We have two physical quantity A and B, and their product A and B, the product of AB is considered as equal to Z. So Z equal to A and B, where A and B are the two physical quantities. Now if the measured value of A and B are, we have considered as A plus minus delta A and B plus minus delta B. So what I have done, I have taken two physical quantities A and B, and suppose their product is equal to Z. Again, the measured value of A and B are considered as A plus minus delta A and B plus minus delta B. Now we have write Z plus minus delta Z, that is in the product of two quantities Z in the measured form. Z plus minus delta Z is equal to A plus minus delta A multiplied with B plus minus delta B. So here I write the measured values in form of their error, values. So Z plus minus delta Z equal to A plus minus delta A multiplied B plus minus delta B. Now if we multiply these values, we get AB plus A minus A delta B, AB plus minus A delta B plus minus B delta A, okay, and plus minus delta A delta B. What I do, I multiply each and every term. Okay, AB, A plus A delta B, B delta A and delta B, and that is equal to Z plus minus delta Z. Now in this equation, if we common the term AB, if we take the AB term common, we get 1 plus minus A delta B upon AB plus minus B delta A upon AB plus minus delta A delta B upon AB. So what I do, I take a common AB from this equation, we get this much equation, which is equal to A plus minus Z plus minus delta Z. Now we all know that what is the value of AB? AB, the product, is called as Z. So we can write AB as Z. Z 1 plus minus A delta B upon AB plus minus B delta A upon AB plus minus delta A delta B upon AB. Okay. Now if we divide this Z from here, what we get? Now we can write this equation as 1 plus minus delta Z upon Z. How we get this term? We divide this Z from this side. So Z is divided this side, Z upon Z is 1 plus minus delta Z upon Z, which is equal to 1 plus minus A delta B upon AB. A delta B upon AB is, we can write as delta B upon B. Okay, right? Again like this, A delta B upon B AB plus minus B delta A upon AB plus minus delta A delta B upon AB. Right? Now what next? 1 plus minus delta Z upon Z, which is 1 plus minus A is cancel out, delta B upon B, okay, plus minus B is cancel out, delta A upon A. plus minus delta A upon A into delta B upon B. Right? Now what next? So here, if delta A and delta B are very small value, so these values are also very small. So we neglect this term from this equation. What I am going to say, if delta A and delta B are very small, then delta A upon A into delta B upon B is also very small. So we neglect it from the equation. Neglect it from the equation. Okay. Now, what is the next? 1 plus minus delta Z upon Z is equal to 1 plus minus delta A upon A plus minus delta B upon B. Now 1 is cancelled out. So how much error we get? Plus minus delta Z upon Z is equal to plus minus delta A upon A plus minus delta B upon B. Right? Plus minus delta Z is equal to plus minus delta A upon A plus minus delta B upon B. Now, what is the maximum relative error? Here the term I am saying, I am not saying maximum absolute error. Here the term is delta A upon A. Delta A upon A is what called as relative error. So the maximum relative error we can write as maximum relative error of product is delta Z upon Z equal to delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. So when we found the relative error, we take the maximum value always, and we can write the maximum relative error as delta Z upon Z equal to delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. So this is the measured error, relative error value in the case of product condition. Now the next is error of a quotient, means error of a division method. Now if suppose we have two physical quantities, A and B. Now we want to find the division method. So we write as Z is equal to A upon B. Z is equal to A upon B. Right? Now we found the error in quotient method. So we suppose, let us consider the measured value of A and B are A plus minus delta A and B plus minus delta B, as I take earlier. Okay. So we consider the measured value of physical quantity A and B as A plus minus delta A, B plus minus delta B. Now we take this form as Z plus minus delta Z. We can write as A plus minus delta A upon B plus minus delta B. Okay. Now if we take common A from the numerator, we can write 1 plus minus delta A upon A. And we take B common from the denominator, we can write 1 plus delta B upon B. So we take A and B common from numerator and denominator, we get the equation, write the equation like this. Okay. Now what next? We can, I am going to rubbing it. Hope you all note down. Now we can write Z plus minus delta Z as A upon B, right? 1 plus minus delta A upon A, okay? And 1 plus minus delta B upon B, power of minus 1. Power of minus 1. When it denominator goes to numerator, power have a minus 1. Okay? Now, again, A upon B, 1 plus minus delta A upon A, right? here we use the binomial theorem, or we can write this as 1 minus plus delta b upon b plus minus higher values of delta b upon b. Right? How we can write this? Here I explain you this term. How we can write this? Here I explain you this term, 1 plus x to the power minus 1. If somewhere write this, 1 plus x to the power minus 1. So by binomial theorem, we can express as 1 minus x plus higher terms. Okay, 1 minus x plus higher terms. Okay, now similarly I am writing here, this is 1 plus minus, this is considered as x. So 1 sign is here plus, so become minus, and minus become plus. 1 minus plus delta b upon b plus minus higher values of delta b upon b. Okay, now if delta b upon b is small, then higher terms can be neglected. We can neglect the higher terms because this value is very small, so their higher terms will become more and more small. So we neglect the higher terms, and finally we write the z plus minus delta z is equal to a upon b, 1 plus minus delta a upon a, 1 minus plus delta b upon b. Right? Now going to multiply these two terms, a upon b, 1 minus plus delta b upon b plus minus delta a upon a minus plus delta a upon a delta b upon b. Now what next? I'm going to rubbing it. Now what next? Here in this equation, here delta a upon a delta b upon b is very small, so we neglect this from the equation. So we neglect this from the equation. Now what the new equation has? Z plus minus delta z is equal to a upon b, right? 1 plus minus delta a upon a minus plus delta b upon b. Okay. Now what about a upon b? Yes, a upon b is z. So we can write a upon b is equal to z. Z 1 plus minus delta a upon a minus plus delta b upon b, which is equal to z plus minus delta z. Okay. Now if we divide this z from both sides, we can get 1 plus minus delta z upon z is equal to 1 plus minus delta a upon a minus plus delta b upon b. Right? Now this one is cancelled out. What is the final relation? Plus minus delta z upon z is equal to plus minus delta a upon a minus plus delta b upon b. But again I am going to say, for the maximum relative error, what equation we can write? For the maximum relative error, here I am going to write for maximum relative error. Of quotient, we can write our equation as delta z upon z is equal to delta a upon a plus delta b upon b. right? So this is a error formula for the case of division, or we can say for the case of quotient. Now, how we apply this in our question? I am taking some example to explain how can use the relative error condition for the product and quotient condition. Okay, now I am going to some numericals to explain you how you can write this error equation. Now, one more thing I want to discuss with you. Error in case of measurement quantity rise to a power. What it means? If any measuring physical quantity have a power, now in that case how you can write the relative error in that condition. For example, if I am saying if nth power of two physical quantity A and B are given as z is equal to a to the power n upon b to the power n. Right? Here we have two physical quantity A and B, and these physical quantities have a power. Now in that condition, how you can write the fractional error or relative error? Now, to write the relative error, we can write as, how we can write as plus minus delta z upon z, okay, is equal to plus minus, this power is multiplied with the fractional value or fractional error, n delta a upon a, right? This power is multiplied, n delta a upon a plus n delta b upon b. Okay, right? Now, if we want to write the maximum error, for maximum relative error, we can write as delta z upon z is equal to n delta a upon a plus n delta b upon b. Right? If I am taking one example to explain you how we can write the power condition, I am taking one example here. If the equation is z is equal to a to power 4 b to the power 1 by 3 upon c d to the power 2 by 3, and you can write the fractional error condition for this equation. You can write delta z upon z is equal to what the power of physical quantity A, 4. You can write 4 delta A upon A plus second quantity B, 1 upon 3 delta B upon B, right? Plus C. C's power is 1. So delta C upon C plus D. The power is 2 by 3. 2 by 3 delta D upon D. So this is the maximum relative error in the case of power condition. In the case of when physical quantity have a power, you can write this physical quantity relative error like this. Okay, hope you understand. Now students, here I am writing one question to explain how you find the relative error. The period of oscillation of simple pendulum is expressed by t is equal to 2 pi under root L by G. Measured value of L length is 20 centimeter, known to be 1 millimeter accuracy, and the time of oscillation, 100 oscillation of the pendulum is found to be 90 seconds using the wristwatch of 1 second resolution. What is the accuracy in determination of G? Okay, here we have to find the accuracy determination of G. So first of all, we convert this formula in terms of G. Here the formula is given t is equal to 2 pi under root L upon G. We can write this formula t square is equal to 4 pi square L upon G, or we can write as G is equal to 4 pi square L upon T. 4 pi square L upon T square. Okay. Now, here the measured quantities are L and T. 4 pi square is a numerical value, so we have not considered this. We have considered the measured value of physical quantity, that are length and time. So what parameters are given? we have given the length accuracy, the L is equal to 20 centimeter, as well as the accuracy of 1 mm. It means delta L is given as 1 mm, or we can write as 0.1 centimeter. Time of 100 oscillation, time for 100 oscillation is given as 90 second. It means T is given as 90 second, and the accuracy or the resolution for this time means delta T is given as 1 second. So these parameters are given in our question. L is 20 centimeter, delta L 0.1 centimeter, time for 100 oscillation T is 90 second, and delta T is 1 second. And what do we have found? Here we find the formula of G is equal to 4 pi square L upon T square. Now we have to first convert this G into the relative error. How we can convert it to relative error? What is the formula? G is equal to 4 pi square L upon T square. Now here the form is Z equal to A upon B square. So we can write as delta G upon G as, yes, delta L upon L plus T square. So we can write as 2 times delta T upon T. Right? If we want to convert this into a fractional or percentage relative error, we can multiply delta G upon G into 100 is equal to delta L upon L into 100 plus 2 times delta T upon T into 100. Now this accuracy for the G is converted into a percentage relative error. Now put the values here. Delta L is 0.1 and L is 20 multiplied by 100 plus this much is 1, T is 90 multiplied by 100. What answer we get? After calculation, here we get 25, that is 0.5 plus, solve this is 2.22. So this is delta G upon G into 100, or we can write it into a percentage, delta G upon G into 100. So final answer is 2.72. 2.72%, right? 2.72%. So here the accuracy for determination of G in this question asks accuracy for determination of G. It means we have to find the relative error, percentage relative error for the G, that is delta G upon G. This must be 2.72%. It must be this much accuracy for the G. Okay. Now the next question. A resistance of metallic wire is given as R equal to V by I, where V is the potential difference and I is the current. In the circuit, the potential difference across the resistance is given as V is equal to 8 plus minus 0.5 and I is equal to 4 plus minus 0.2. What is the resistance with percentage error? Here we have to find the resistance with percentage error, and we all know that whenever we have to find the percentage error, the error must be in the form of relative error. So first of all, here given as V is equal to 8 plus minus 0.5 and I is equal to 4 plus minus 0.2. So first of all, write the relative error for V and I. This is value of V, okay, and this is value of delta V. So delta V upon V we can write as 0.5 upon it. Similarly, delta I upon I we can write as 0.2 upon 4. Okay, what we have to find out, here the relation is given as R is equal to V upon I. R is equal to V upon I. This is a quotient form. So if we want to write delta R upon R, what we have to write? Yes, delta V upon V plus delta I upon I. Okay, and we have to find our answer in percentage form. So we have to convert this equation into a percentage form. So percentage form, delta R upon R into 100, which is equal to delta V upon V into 100 plus delta I upon I into 100. Now put the values. Delta V upon V, 0.5 upon 8 into 100 plus 0.2 upon 4 into 100. This becomes, after calculation, it becomes 6.25 and this becomes 5. So total our answer will be delta R upon R, or we can write it in a percentage form, into 100 is equal to 11.25%. So very simply we have find the percentage error for the case of resistance of the given circuit, that is delta R upon R is 11.25%. Okay, hope you understand how we can find the relative error for the product, relative error for the case of quotient, as well as how we can apply this relative error with our questions, as well as how we can write our relative error when the physical quantities have their powers. Right? If you found any problem, you can write me on the comment box. I definitely provide you the solution of your problems, your questions. But never forget to subscribe my channel Physics Clinic. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.